Okay. I'm feeling. Every time I say I'm feeling a bit better, or like every time I feel a bit better, the kind of like there's a lot more context to what that means than I say, because like I'm feeling a bit better doesn't mean that suddenly the things that were bothering me or the things that were overwhelming me have stopped. It doesn't mean like it's okay. It's okay. It's alright. It's alright. You're safe. You're safe. You're safe, buddy. You're safe. It doesn't mean that there's like less to deal with. Like you. What are you barking about? What is it? What is it? What? We're inside now. We're inside. You can throw it to your mouth here. Did you feel like that wasn't long enough? Or like that wasn't enough? Yeah, it's a very big compromise today. We played for much less time because I don't have the energy to do a lot of stuff today, buddy. And that's as good as we could do. That's as good as we could do. It doesn't mean that there's like less in the way of responsibilities or things that. Good dog. I feel I have to deal with in everyday life. It just means that it's like I've adapted to this level a bit more now. I am more used to this level of things I need to do. I am more used to this intense level that overwhelmed me and threw me completely fucking. It's just like. It kind of feels like, to me, like I get overwhelmed and then I feel sort of more capable, and then like it's cyclical. I mean, then I'll get overwhelmed again, and then I'll feel more capable again. And I'm realizing that it's like it's not that stuff periodically overwhelms me and then stops, or that the things that are overwhelming me stop happening or stop being an issue. It's that our our brain and our symptoms know to only give me so much at a time to work through, because your brain's like a fan of survival and of healing. It doesn't want to do so much that you get re-traumatized and can't process it. So it's like it's gonna give me things in levels and in stages, and then I kind of work the same. So I'm only gonna take on things in life when I feel like I can do them. and like hopefully, kind of as I go, that's gonna mean there's like a step by step kind of approach. So it feels a bit like it's cyclical, but it's not the same level or pace of things that I'm being overwhelmed by, because I like adapt every step up. It's just the first sort of bit throws me for a fucking loop, and I'm like, holy shit, this is too much fucking shit to deal with. And then I kind of stabilize and I get used to dealing with that level of shit, and like our ability to cope and manage gets better and kicks in. And then after I've like recuperated from that, I might either get thrown more stuff to process or deal with, or take on more stuff. Like I'm taking a break from pursuing the diagnosis of this whole week or two. I've just been like, I know what I need to do next. I need to ring a GP and get them to refer me to this clinic of dissociative studies. And I just, I'm so fucking drained just from the first attempt, Mark 1 of the thing. This is why it's like so fucking hard to get a diagnosis in the UK. I know what it's like in America or like other places. I bet it's not much better, to be honest. But so I'm not taking on more. I'm just focusing on restabilizing us and like getting enough sleep, getting enough food, trying to get exercise to keep our us stable on like a chemical level. And then once I've adapted to like, and this was just from trying to be more active as a system. I think this is the last thing that I was like, whoa, too intense, and that's thrown me. Although that's what I want. So then I'm gonna get used to that level, and then once I've stabilized from that, I might start re-pursuing getting a diagnosis. So then it's like taking on more. So it's like another step up in daily life, and then that'll fucking throw me, and then I'll acclimatize and like adapt to that level of like, okay, I had to do a phone call, and like I'm not looking forward to the phone call. So it's like I might feel like it's the same thing cycling round. I get overwhelmed, I get less overwhelmed, stuff overwhelms me, stuff stops overwhelming me. But actually I think it's more like like a spiral staircase or something. We're going up steps every single time. So my ability to cope with a little bit more is a little bit better every single time. And like the fact that trying to I think trying to have like 4 or 5, we had like 4 or 5 people trying to switch in, or like switching around each other and like being co-conscious with like 2 people co-fronting ish for a few days. And I think that just took me down. Like, and it takes a little while to acclimatize to like that that amount and that intensity, and then also the memories that people are holding. So like the range of different symptoms that I'll encounter and the things that I'll be allowed to see and acknowledge and feel. It's like, it's a lot. It really is a lot. So it kind of makes sense to me that we're going to have phases of being like overwhelmed and then adapting, and then overwhelmed and then adapting. And then maybe at some stage, I don't know, but like maybe at some stage, instead of being overwhelmed, I'll be like able to pace it, or we'll be able to understand our limits in a way, or approach things in a way that means we don't get overwhelmed, but instead we just get like able to add a little bit more and then acclimatize and adapt to that without it totally throwing us and needing to recover for like a whole week between each thing. I don't know. That'd be cool. So I'm feeling a little better today, and by which I don't mean I'm like less exhausted or less. It's not like the things within me that were overwhelming my capacity shrank. It feels more like the container being me grew a bit. And now I still feel all of those things. I still feel as exhausted. I still feel like as much awareness of things that I gotta do. And like, I still horrified and feel a lot of grief and a lot of almost sheer disbelief at how much we have been through and to process. And I'm more able to cope in the here and now and recognize that we've survived that, and we can survive processing it, not under any illusions that it's going to be a fun time or that it's going to be easy. I think I actually don't even know how difficult things are going to get in moments, but I do know that they're always, and I do know that they're always going to pass, and we're going to overcome those things as well and get a little bit better at coping and a little bit stronger and a little bit more adapted to this life and the way it works now every time. I feel kind of weary. Weary acceptance. I hope you're all having a really good day, a really good week, a really good life.